Hey everyone, welcome to another live stream. So I'll wait for 5 minutes so everybody gets to join in and we will be starting our stream. Let me put out my earphones for now. I don't think I need it. So let me know if the sound and camera, everything is proper. Hmm. Yeah. So today is what? Today is Paris Games Archery. Huh. They'll make anything. That's nice. There is a Search Labs. Discover more with AI overviews in search. Turn on. Viola the Bird, Hindi cinema. Google for India 2023. Oh, hey, Bugzok. How's it going, man? Yeah, you are first in chat. Yeah. How's your Sunday going? Um, I know it is. I know it is. YouTube coders are lying to you. Yeah. So, Bugzok, how's your Sunday going, man? Okay, I'm just doing a camera check. Let me know if everything is fine. And sound check. Okay, thanks, HP. My Sunday going great. Just woke up right now. 9 a.m. for me. Great, great. I have some drama brewing for you today, Bugzog. So you would be woken up on a Sunday afternoon with some creator drama. Okay, thanks guys. Oh hey, algorithm soft. All right. So let's get this started. So the drama that I found myself recently with a creator was this guy called Don the Developer. That's his YouTube channel. He has about 45K subscribers, which is good for him. And he made a video titled "You Should Be." Oh hey Bhavya, welcome back to my channel, bro. I'm happy to have you here. Hey Mana, your name is in Hindi. That's great. Okay, so he made a video titled "You Should Be Thanking Developers Who Gatekeep." Now, gatekeeping is a controversial term in terms of YouTube tech space and how we, talk about things. Where somebody says something positive about the tech industry, so they are anti-gatekeeping. And if they say something like, "Oh, getting a job is difficult, you have to put the work in," and blah blah blah, then that's gatekeeping. So if you remember Prime Agent's video on this, like he hates the term, and something tells me that it has been turned into a political term rather than something that needs to be reasoned with. Rather than people asking questions about gatekeeping and its practices, it's used as a term to label somebody something and just getting rid of them. So this guy made a video titled "You Should Be Thanking Developers Who Gatekeep." I watched this video, right? I'm going to watch it with you guys, but let me tell you this right now. I watched this video and I liked it. I honestly liked it. And I'm going to cut this clip in stream so Don can view it in a regular channel upload. So I need this guy, I need Don to know that I liked his video. I liked the stance that he took. Because every now and then it's very refreshing to see somebody going against the grain and picking up the camera and mic and tell somebody something that they don't want to hear. So this is a topic that I felt was an anti something whatever kind of approach he took, where he made himself the bad guy to relay a message which I can relate to. I have been called a pathetic human being by many YouTube comments on my video, where I took the evil hat and I put it on and I said something that people were not ready to hear. So he did the same thing, but yeah, let's hear the drama. Yes. So before the drama, actually, we will watch this video so you guys have complete context over what he's saying. Okay, so let's begin. So I'm gonna make this video 1.25 speed because he speaks a little slowly. I'm not criticizing the guy, but I'm just. Yeah.
I'm gonna be giving you 4 reasons why you should be thanking developers who gatekeep the industry. Gatekeeping, when people are complaining about it, is one of the dumbest terms that I hear when it comes to complaining about why you aren't getting a developer job. Complaining that people are gatekeeping, keeping you out of this position because they only want to let certain people in, just not you. And that is the reason you are not becoming a developer.
Are you guys able to hear everything correctly? Is my OBS, yeah, desktop audio is turned on. You were able to hear it? What is gatekeeping? So gatekeeping is a term that is used to describe people who want to keep somebody out of a profession. So gatekeeping, if I show you on Wikipedia, there is so much wind going on here that it slammed my gate. Okay. The activity of controlling and usually limiting general access to something. Now, in terms of the tech industry, what gatekeeping means is that, okay, so in terms of the tech industry, what the gatekeeping means is that you say something and you overhype it to make somebody believe that you don't belong here. And we are the ones who belong on this side, like having a job and being in the tech industry. But me saying that it is difficult, you have to put a lot of work in, and it might not happen for you, then this sort of thing gets called as gatekeeping, where somebody says, oh, you just don't want new people to join the tech industry that you're in, the same offices, the same environment that you are in. You only want it for yourself, so you can keep making money and all that. So that's... I didn't teleport. Actually, my gate was about to get slammed. And it did get slammed. I was not able to get there in time. Sorry about that. So that's gatekeeping. Who is reacting so much? I didn't see. So anyway. So I hope that you understand what gatekeeping is. It's an act of telling people that you don't belong here, only we do. And yeah.
It is because of these gatekeepers. And you, sir, or ma'am, are full of shit. Now, I'm going to tell you why you should be thanking these gatekeepers and why this term is really fucking stupid. So let's dive into this. So, most importantly, all of you know of a YouTuber who is creating videos that is overly optimistic and telling you if you just want it enough, if you just, at least build kind of a basic website and you can use React in your application.
Okay, so this is going to be playing out later when I start talking about the drama that happened. So he basically said that there are YouTubers out there who are overly optimistic. So keep that in mind. Yeah.
Or you could just build a really simple API. There's always a company out there that wants to give you a chance. That entire time, you should have been cringing. Because I was full of shit by saying that. There are YouTubers and content creators and developers engagement farming because you will like that video.
So engagement farming mentioned. Keep that in mind that he did talk about this. Okay. Oh, hey, server. Happy to have you back, man. How you doing?
There are content creators out there selling you that bullshit because it truly does farm engagement when you give that person hope that they just didn't have. Falsely. If you have been paying attention to the market, if you have been paying attention to the industry, you understand that it is pretty damn difficult as an entry-level developer to break into the industry. And the developers that are being real with you, that are being honest with you, that you are labeling as gatekeeping, because they are saying the standards of what you must do, what companies will accept, are way higher than you think they are. And you probably need to lengthen the amount of time it takes to become a developer, and you need to spend a lot more time digging deeper into the fundamentals, building much better projects, more complex projects, more professional looking projects, and you need to build a bunch of shitty projects before you can even do that. You think your portfolio...
Yeah, hit the like button, boys. भाई वो सुना कॉग्निजेंट वाले ने क्या बोला कि 20K intern doesn't know how to behave in company, how to do professional communication, so 20K is overspending for companies. Holy crap. Which guy is it? Vishal? Who is it? Let me search. One sec. 20K is over spending in companies. This one, Ninad Vengur Lakers post. Is this the one? Recently defended 2.52 salary from fresh graduates at Cognizant. Proclaiming that rupees 20K per month is more than generous. He went so far as to say that freshers should view this as a training stipend and advise those who find it unfair not to apply for such jobs. At this level is frankly astonishing to me. Cognizant has since clarified that 2.52 LPA for non-engineering graduates are paid between 4 to 12 LPA. But here's the real question. If low pay has to be treated as a training stipend, will the entrepreneur also advocate for Cognizant to triple the pay for the top 30% of freshers who excel in their training programs? He wouldn't. And even if he does, Cognizant will never comply. A fresher was earning 2.5 LPA in 2004. After adjusting for 5% annual inflation, should be earning around 6.63 LPA today. Instead, 60% less. Okay, so that's the problem. Yeah, that is a shitty thing to say. So Bugzog, what this paragraph, this one paragraph, if you read it, then that summarizes what is said. So somebody said that a very low amount. How much is 20K rupees in dollars? So 20K is about $380 a month in USD. Oh, 238. I'm sorry. So $238 per month is looked at as too much money spending. The conversion rate in my mind is absolutely wrong. Holy crap. Okay. Let's get back to the video. Yeah, this is a really shitty thing to do, man. Like, you shouldn't tell that 20K is overspending for companies. Anyway, let's continue this.
3 really, really basic bitch projects are going to get you a job? No. My friend, you are sorely mistaken. You might as well quit right now because the industry expects so much more from you.
Okay, so your question was 2.52 LPA in dollars. I think I missed out. 252,000 INR to USD is $3,003, like barely above $3,000 per year, and that's annual, not monthly. But anyway,
developers who give you this kind of advice, they are telling you how difficult it is. They are telling you, or they are setting the standard that you should hold yourself to because it is difficult. Because they're not trying to farm engagement from you. Because they're saying a difficult truth that is going to be hard to swallow and you need to get the fuck over it. Or just quit like most other people will because you are just going to blame external circumstances. You are just going to blame the industry that it just won't allow junior developers in anymore. No. It's not because I need to hold myself to a higher standard. It's because the industry just won't give me a chance. Just quit already. I'm serious. Just quit. There's no room in this industry for you. Not in this market. Do something else.
भाई अब मेरे को अब समझ नहीं आ रहा है इन फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर हूँ मुझे गेट डीएस एआई के लिए देना चाहिए या सीएसआईटी क्योंकि सीएसआईटी में होप नहीं दिख रहा मेरे को so you are not finding hope in CSIT based off of what? Like, what is your driving factor that has told you that you should instead go for Gate and try other things? Let me know, Vishal. Okay, let's continue.
else. There are easier tech positions to get into. Go do them, right? The developers that are giving you a realistic perspective of what employers are asking for, what they expect, because they are still hiring entry level, they are still hiring junior. The bar has just risen. You need to figure out if you want to hold yourself to that standard that is the expectation. But developers who are gatekeeping, often they're just sharing industry standards, and you could choose to listen to them or not. But they are being real and honest, whereas some other content creators are just blowing you shit to get engagement. So you should be thanking them for that, for being honest with you. They also encourage deep learning, especially of fundamentals. The number of developers who are just so completely lost and just lack fundamentals and that are so glued to maybe like React or a framework or an abstraction, or like they just pick up Tailwind or they pick up even Bootstrap and they're building websites and expect to get a front-end position with really weak CSS knowledge. Why the fuck should any company hire you with that knowledge? They should.
See, this is why I like this video. He is at least blunt. He's telling you that, yeah, there is a lot of standards introduced into the tech industry and you should be holding yourself up to it. I like his take by Don the Developer. Why shouldn't we strive for good developer, and what is wrong with promoting to strive for excellence? Exactly. And this is why I liked it. I liked the video because the negative side that he took, that, okay, if you cannot hold yourself to the standards, if you cannot put in the work to, be a good developer, then please don't join the industry. And this is an angle where I do stand by it. I do think that we need good developers in the industry. We shouldn't be telling everybody that, oh, just learn React in 3 months, you will land a job. But drama still coming up. And 2023 graduate and 1.5 years, nothing happened in CSIT. Bro, talk to me on Discord, bro. There is something wrong with your resume. There is something wrong with your approach. There is something happening with you. So a gatekeeper is a demotivator. Yeah, it does sound like demotivation, but if you think about it, it's actually motivation. What we are doing, what this guy and I have done before is we take this negative angle and we tell you that, hey, look, it's not sunshines and rainbows. It's not going to be so easy. It's not going to be like you spent $200 on a course that you bought from a random YouTuber and that will guarantee you access to the industry and that sweet $300,000 a year salary. We do this because I would rather be honest with you. And that's the feeling I got from this video. Like, at least he's honest with us. He's willing to take hate, but saying the right thing, saying it how it is. Saying like how it is, I'm sorry. And yeah.
Most companies shouldn't. Most good developers know that good developers come from a solid foundation. How far do we need to move away from CS degrees to where people are just learning abstractions and learning how to build apps, but they're not becoming good programmers, to where we realize how weak a developer is that creates, that can't adapt to new languages as quickly, that aren't able to dive deeper into harder CS concepts and harder programming concepts that'll come up in your career. That if you had that solid foundation, you're able to get through that. You're able to grow. You're able to ramp up with that company's problems, no matter what company you go into, because you have that solid foundation. How far away do we need to go from the original CS degree into this abstraction world till you realize all these other developers and coding bootcamp grads that never really built up that solid foundation? How shitty of an industry do we need to make it where these abstraction developers are not able to solve any complex problems, any deep problems, because they're
the one who knocks, yo, what we doing today? Yeah, so I got into some back and forth with this YouTuber that you're watching. But first, I want to show you the video and the context of the video so you will understand what happened. Memes bar is much higher than what we think it is. It's not much higher than you think what it is. It's actually the expectation that grows with time. Now the expectation with you, not with you, with everyone, is that they should be willing to spend 12 hours in the office. They should be going above and beyond. They have AI, so they have no excuse of saying that I cannot build a solution and things like that. So the bar is getting raised every year and year. So yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, the bar is higher than previously what it was.
Their foundation is so shitty. How bad do we have to make the industry to where we start holding ourselves accountable? We start holding other developers accountable for the shitty foundation that they choose not to invest that time into. Oh, wait, it's happening right now. Coding boot camps are going under. Coding bootcamp grads are having so much trouble right now. Self-taught developers are having so much trouble right now. Hell, CS grads are having so much trouble right now, but at least they have that foundation and they just have a little bit to build, more practical skills to build based off of the deposition they're going for. How many self-taught developers and coding bootcamp grads need to continue to fail because your foundation sucks, because you suck as a software engineer? How long do you have to go on before you realize that? Before you spend significant time building your foundation up? Developers who gatekeep that highly encourage this foundation, they're encouraging deep learning. Lengthen your journey significantly. You will become a way better developer that is way more adaptable, way more hireable. I'm not saying you have to get a CS degree, but there's somewhere in between a CS degree and a self-taught or coding bootcamp grad, somewhere in the middle that has a much more solid foundation.
And that's called a genuine passion for coding. If you have a genuine passion for coding, if you have the genuine passion for coding, if you like coding that much, then doesn't matter if you have a degree, doesn't matter if you have a certification, and doesn't matter if you're self-taught. You will put in the time to practice, to hone the foundations in. You will spend time on articles, on YouTube videos, or bashing your head on the keyboard at 2 a.m. While everybody's asleep in the next room, because you want to figure this out. It's not just the money factor that motivates you to do this, but it's the genuine love and interest for the subject. It's genuine love and interest for the profession, what you get to do as a living every day. That's what gets you through that barrier. And that's what, I'm not saying that that guarantees you a job. Nothing guarantees a job, first of all, nothing. So, but at least it makes you do things that is covered entirely from your end. Like, I understand that there is industry and there's people behavior, there's luck, there's other things that you cannot control, because these decisions of hiring people happen behind closed doors where you are not involved, where some people get together and they decide who they want to hire. So these things are out of your control. But at least if you stay in the industry long enough, if you persist long enough, then you will get there. You have to remember that you can get 20 to 50 to 100 no's, but all you need is one yes. That one yes will change your life. I mean, change life for the better or for the worse is subjective, but you can get no's. You should get no's. You should know how to deal with rejections. You should know how to face rejections. But the thing that will keep you here is your own persistence and resilience. So I agree with this video. Yeah, what he's saying, I do agree with that. Sir, need your help. Wherever I go to present anything or communicate with anyone, I'm not able to speak anything. मैं blank हो जाता हूँ. And I'm asking to everyone if anyone can help. And that's called practice, Priyanshu. Practice as much as you can, as much as you want. Put a camera in front of you. And camera, I would say, is sort of a public speaking platform. Like, let's say that I am live streaming. How many people are watching right now? Concurrent viewers 11. Okay, 11 people are watching. So you could say that I'm speaking to a small group, right? So the more and more that you practice, the more and more you get better at it. The more blank things you figure out ways to get out of your blank areas. The moment you go blank, you're like, okay, I have gone blank. Now what do I do? What topic do I shift on? And this happens with practice. And that's all. You gotta read books on communication and also try to speak to random people. Even though it might look awkward, you're gonna get good in no time. Everybody starts somewhere. Yeah, true. But I shouldn't tell you to go on the road and start talking to random people. Yeah. Yeah, I used to record me speaking to myself. Yeah, that does help. That does help. So with practice, you'll get there. Don't worry about that.
That is going to set you up with success. But no, people that encourage this CS-like foundation, they are just gatekeeping, just CS grads that just want to don't want to accept that anyone can learn with alternative, and just people that just can't afford CS educations. They just want to keep us out. They are gatekeeping. You are once again full of shit. They are telling you a standard that the industry holds them to and continues to hold others to. They're saying spend time learning to code significantly more than you already are, and stop jumping into abstraction after abstraction after abstraction.
I like this video. I like this video. Like there is no such thing called gatekeeping. It's something being called honest, and this term gatekeeping is more of a political term now. Hi, I have a 2-year experience, and it has been difficult to land a dev job since I already have experience in tech support. I was thinking of going for DevOps. Can I avoid coding in DevOps since I have lost dev interest? I don't recommend that, Prasad. I do not recommend you trying to land DevOps. First of all, tech support people face so much difficulty switching to a dev job, because I feel like, and that's a feeling, that's an opinion, not a fact, because I feel like tech support people, they do get pigeonholed into thinking that they didn't have skills to become a dev. That's why they went for tech support, and they get pigeonholed there. No matter how much you talk to your manager about getting you to switch with job positions, they're not going to do it. So I recommend leaving that job and going for another company. And if you have lost dev interest, then why are you trying to get into a job position that has literally the word dev in it? No, you can't avoid coding. Sorry to say that. Become a manual tester, bro. Go to QA, go to manual testing, go for automation testing. No, automation testing has coding, sorry. So go for manual testing. QA or product manager or project manager or product owner. I shouldn't say product owner because it's not an easy job position to get. So try other things. There should be more things. UI UX designer, it requires no coding. I want to be an MMA fighter without any fighting skills. Yeah, well put. Yeah, that's what you sound like, Prasad. Not trying to make fun of you.
But no, they're gatekeeping. You should be thanking them for being honest with you. The deep learning, the significantly deep learning that you need to learn to get that job, to be hireable, to stand out in this market. Number 3, they often filter out uncommitted people. A lot of good developers, a lot of hard-ass content creators that really talk about this topic, they're telling you what the expectations are, and this is what I love about it. This is what I do. I am telling you what the expectations are, and I am giving you a choice whether you are going to give up or you are going to rise to the occasion. You are going to learn what you need to. You're going to set yourself up with a solid foundation and spend a lot more time becoming a developer. When you hear these unrealistic expectations and gatekeeping, do you choose to just complain about it and just blame external circumstances of why you're not getting a job? Or do you actually take ownership of, hey, you know what? I did dive into React too quickly. I got tested with some JavaScript stuff, and yeah, I got frustrated because I'm just going to be able to look up stuff, but they expected me to know JavaScript fundamentals. Like, yes, I got frustrated, but maybe that means like I have a crappy foundation. And hell, maybe these other positions are testing outside of JavaScript, right? I mean, for like backend positions, and my coding bootcamp prepared me for, just to be able to use Express and maybe SQLize and build a basic API. But for some reason, like they're testing me on stuff that we didn't learn in the coding bootcamp. So for these backend positions, maybe I got to learn more. Maybe I got to really dig deeper. Maybe I got to pick up.
So this is where it gets controversial, right? So he's saying that it filters out uncommitted people. And the argument here that I listen to a lot is, well, we didn't scare him. He got scared. So that's on them. And they would never be able to make it into dev anyway. So what he is saying here, that are you going to complain about things, or are you going to rise up for the occasion? Are you going to say to yourself that, hey, maybe I lack something, so maybe I should put in the work? And this is where it gets controversial, where I'm not sure which side I'm on. So let's say that a creator comes on video and tells you that it's incredibly difficult. Like nobody's landing a job. It's so difficult. You will face rejections. Blah 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 blah. And he walks away. Right now, as students, you guys have no idea what the reality is. Right. So you decide that okay, maybe dev is not worth it for me, and you leave it. But then you raise your voice saying that why is this guy trying to scare us? Why is this guy saying it like this? Maybe it is that difficult, but why is he like, I'm not gonna learn dev anymore just because I got told that it is so difficult and all that. And this is when the a counter argument comes in that, oh, if you are so scared so easily, then you wouldn't have made into the dev industry anyway. So might as well you just quit. And this is where I get conflicted. Like, what side do I take here? What are you guys? What do you guys think about that? There is something evil about somebody coming on camera and telling you that you don't belong here and you won't be able to land a job and blah blah blah. Then somebody saying that why are you scaring us? Then responding back with saying that, oh, you get scared this easily, then you wouldn't be lasting here anyway. I'll wait here. What do you guys think about this? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know. Not trying to avoid whole coding thing. My current project uses AWS, so as ops people, we do deployments as well. What I meant is the dev people will ask what I did in 3 years, so it will be difficult to justify the experience. I don't think that you working as a tech support job makes it difficult. No, makes it difficult to justify what you were doing in the 2 years of experience. You can say that I worked as tech support. What is there to be ashamed of or scared of? I don't think it works like that. Having worked with different kind of people thrive in different environment. It's the manager responsibility to create that environment. Bhavya, are you saying this to what I asked, or are you saying this to Prasad Lahane? Like, who is it towards? I feel like it could be either of us that you're responding to. How can we practice AWS for free? You can't. You cannot, Rajesh. Sorry. Yeah, but that's the thing, Colin. When you tell somebody that you suck at this and you cannot do this, then if you go back to the creator and you tell them that, why are you saying it like that? This is bullshit what you are doing. And then them saying that, oh, why they are so scared so easily to what you asked regarding the bid. Oh, okay. I think every job has its own ups and downs. So going to newborn dev and impacting negative, all the things could go wrong. It's not a good thing. It's not good to motivate someone because one may lose interest. Yeah, exactly. And when they do lose interest, that's when the creator comes back and says, oh, you are scared that easy? Is that what it took to scare you? Yeah, you don't belong here anyway. We need hardcore people. We need tough people. This is an exclusive club. Then that is gatekeeping, isn't it? This is like hidden gatekeeping. Bro, if I have learned HTML, CSS, JS, SQL, Python, Flask, Wagtail, WordPress, Django, can I get a job as a web developer? Can I get a job as a web developer now or need to learn more things? I think you're good. I think you're good, tech bro. I mean, your name is literally tech bro. So yeah, you're good, you're good. The thing that I would like to tell you is lead with Python, but also keep WordPress as second priority. But lead with your Python and Django skills. That should increase your chances. Thoughts about levels IO. Levels IO. You are asking about this channel for a long time, Animesh. Let me see. One sec. Levels I 21K subs. How to build a startup without funding by Peter Levels. I think the answer is very simple. Just work your ass off without funding. Yeah, you can. It is possible. Everybody has YouTube channels. Everybody has LinkedIn profiles. First of all, believe in yourself. I think it's a joke. I hope that it's a joke. Anyway, I don't know. I am learning right now, and any high position people says something, most of the students accept. That's why courses are more than dev. Courses are what more than dev? I think people who say you need to be hardcore to code aren't usually particularly hardcore. They're probably just used to being told that they're special. Oh man, that is so accurate. That is so accurate. Oh my god, you just hit the nail in the head. Oh man, this comment just made my day. We are told that we are special. Yeah, the confirmation bias, the survivor bias, the acceptance bias. You could say all of that is applicable here. Just because me and a certain group of people made it, so we say to ourselves that yeah, we belong here. Yeah, of course we deserved it. Yeah, of course we are the top 1%. Software development engineer morning. Oh, what is it? I don't understand, Prasad. So yeah, Colin, you really hit the nail on the head in this one. We do fall into these biases. We do tell ourselves that, oh yeah, of course we made it. Of course we are on this side of the spectrum. Of course we deserved it. Yeah. But anyway, let's continue.
Another programming language on the back end, right? Maybe JavaScript wasn't the best tool to set me up with success for a lot of the back end positions in my local tech city. Not really hiring for Node.js positions. Maybe I wasn't set up for success, and maybe I got to dive deeper. Maybe I got to build some other stuff with a different language where companies are hiring with that, or a different framework, or just a better organizational pattern. Maybe I got to just go back and learn and build my skills up.
I think it's again, I agree with what he's saying. I agree with what he's saying. But most of the times, I could wager that people don't even know where they are lacking. Like sometimes you get, oh hey, 10K for the win. Stay here, you'll know what we are up to. So he just said that maybe I need to go back and review my skills. But the argument that I have at this point is, most of the times when you get ghosted by managers, you don't know where you lagged, right? Like in your head, you think that, oh, I aced the interview. That interview went so well. I was able to answer all the questions. I was able to answer confidently. The HR person liked me. So I could argue that most of the times people don't know what they are lacking. And until you hear from that HR where they really tell you the truth, that here's where you lagged, you're never going to figure out where you lagged. 8 years experience. And if you wanted to destroy me in an interview, you could very easily could. But if you never tell me where I lacked, I'm gonna walk away with the assumption that I know everything. I am set for getting a job. But I never will figure out until you tell me the truth and you tell me where I lacked so that I can go back and read about it or study about it.
Right? A lot of content creators, a lot of developers that are saying really harsh things and setting really high standards. I think a goal, maybe I'm projecting, maybe it's just because I do it, but I think a lot of other developers are doing this because you want to know why they're doing it, because they want you to stop being so pathetic. They want you to understand what you're really capable of and that you can learn these things, that you can develop a solid foundation, that you can be a really respectable software engineer that can go into almost any company, any situation, given that you've, ramped up and you've studied that stack and you've solved similar problems potentially. But like that, even if you didn't solve those similar problems, you have a solid programming foundation where you can just pick up a new language and you can then figure out what problems exist and how to solve them and how that code is organized and how you are going to play a role in joining this new company to be able to just hit the ground running and start with feature work very quickly and not have to ramp up and ask so many senior engineers for questions. You can just be resourceful enough with a solid foundation to just hit the ground running. They're holding you to a high standard, hoping that you will choose to take these expectations as a godsend of finally, I am getting real advice on what to do. Do I give up on this career? Do I continue learning and just blaming the industry that they're not letting juniors in? Or do I hold myself accountable to learn what I need to extend my timeline and truly get a knowledge worth hiring for?
Agree with that. So he's talking about resilience and he's talking about, being tough. And rather than complaining that I'm not able to land a job or the industry would not accept me, it's better to just control the things that you can control and hold yourself to a high standard and work on things. So that's better. That's a good message that he just said. Although it comes off as a bit tough guy message, it comes off as a bullyish message, but people do need to hear that. I agree with what he's saying. Why are you standing? To burn more calories, Amit. I am eating samosa. You can see right here. So to burn off some of the calories that I'm about to consume, I'm standing. Hey, whoa, I'm a senior dev. Okay, what did he say? One sec. Even in old times, when people went to war, they used to motivate each other. Not you're gonna die, you're gonna starve, you're gonna cry. Yeah, but this is not a war, is it, Bugzok? I mean, I have been told a lot of people I'm very good at what I do, and I hardly call myself hardcore. I just work hard and don't particularly have time for being a dick for no reason. Yeah, I'm not making fun of. Yeah, I mean, I get it, Colin. So that's called modesty. You are modest. You realize that, yeah, we are not anything special. And that's what I feel as well. And the reality of this is, I assume that you have somewhat 5 years, 8 years experience, but I have met people who have 25 years of experience in the tech sector, and they very proudly say that they do not know anything, that there is so much for them to learn. Even in that stage, they have so much to learn. And I have met PhD graduates, I have met PhD students in computer science, and they very openly say that they do not know everything. They cannot know everything. There are some areas, there are some biases, there are some holes in their knowledge that they're gonna have to carry with them, with the expectation that they will never be able to learn everything. So that that's how we should be. We should be self-aware that, yeah, true, we did have a job, but that doesn't mean that we are something special. And I mean, your comment was funny. Not gonna lie. I spend or waste, not for me, 3K in AWS. After that, I learned budget management, region management, SSH and group, etc. from my pocket. Yeah, that's how real learning happens, Christian Kanaya. When we lose money, then the real learning happens. Honestly, I remember being a shitty little baby dev, and if people had said this stuff to me, I'd never be where I am. And I know a lot of people who would be in a worse position, and I agree with that. So I'll tell you honestly, I did get yelled a lot at when I was in my beginner years. Senior developers were so crap to me. Like, their behavior was insanely bullish to me. They would grab me and put it into a isolated room with them, and they would just scream and shout at me. I have been through positions where I have been collar grabbed like this. I have been spoken abusive words to. I have been yelled at in front of all of my colleagues, and like, I did shed a tear or two because of the humiliation that I went through. But it affected me in a different way. It affected me thinking that they don't have a personal vendetta with me. They are not holding any grudge on me. They want me to be better. They are putting me to a higher standard. They want me to improve. And that's what I did. Surely, if I met those people today, I wouldn't talk to them. I don't like those people who yelled at me in my beginning stages. But I completely understand why bullying and telling people that you don't belong here and it is difficult may drive them into losing interest altogether and them wanting to quit. And this is where the justification of this dick behavior comes in, where they say that you are so easily scared, therefore you never belonged here in the first place. There is no rule book that says that software developers should be mentally tough. Otherwise, they shouldn't call themselves software developers. So this is why it is a little controversial. अनिमेश मार्केट में रिएक्ट नोड और AWS वाली बीसी चल रही है. मैं न्यूजीलैंड में हूँ. यहाँ अलग लेवल की बीसी गिरी है. यहाँ कुछ इंडियन मुझको बोल रहे हैं कि अब तो बस एआई ही एआई है, डेटा एनालिसिस सीखो. Nah, not true, Trek bro. AI is just a hype word, nothing else. What Colin said, seniors portraying themselves as gods of some tech. No, we are not gods. I mean, you're going a little too far. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. Uh, wasn't pointing fingers. Most seniors are gatekeepers. This gatekeeping thing.
They are doing this because they want you to succeed. They want you to say, you know what? I have a lot of room to grow, and I know extremely little, and I am going to make some sacrifices to spend more time digging deep with my knowledge, or more time solving more complex problems with my personal projects. I'm going to spend more time because now I am finally getting advice from a good developer that is setting an expectation on me to be a good developer, so that I can actually stand out among all the really shitty developers that are learning the bare minimum possible that are applying for the same.
Tech bro, they don't say web career is no more. They say that AI has taken over, but it hasn't. It is called getting consumed by mainstream media, thinking everything that gets peddled around on the media is true. That's what it is. So let people say what they want to say. That's not the reality. Okay.
Positions that I am. These developers, these gatekeepers, they want you to succeed. You can get pissed off at them, but ultimately they want you to start taking the action to deepen your learning and deepen the types of complex problems that you can solve. They want you to become a good developer, and they know most people won't. That's the reality. So that's the fourth thing. They are holding you to a higher standard than you are holding yourself. I've mentored thousands of developers over the past 5 years, over the past 7. I know how much effort you guys are putting in on average. I know when I'm being lied to, and whether you did or didn't do an assignment, whether you did or didn't dive deep into the bug, or you spent like an hour instead of just 20 minutes on a bug where you actually...
I mean, I agree with this guy. Just wanted to say that. Okay, so some chat I have missed out. Okay, some of my favorite devs I ever worked with were people with serious confidence issues, and the last thing in the world I'd want is these assholes to do this to them. It would be such a loss. I mean, it's true, Colin. Yeah, I would agree with that. Most software developers are introverts. We don't like talking to people. We don't like social setting. We don't want to go to the office to work with the colleagues and then later go to a bar with the same colleagues and drink with them or dance with them. We don't want that. Because one thing that management doesn't seem to understand, and extroverts in general doesn't seem to understand, is that introverts are not really people who hate hanging out with people. It's just that they prioritize being alone and they prioritize their own self time. Like the time that they have, they want to allocate it to things that they want to do rather than getting told what we are doing. Extroverts, when they go to a dancing area, they tell each other like, let's go dance. I'm not gonna go and dance alone, so let's go. So if some extrovert hears it, they're like, yeah, let's go dance. But introvert would rather be like, nah, I would rather like go home and be by myself, read books, game, or do coding or whatever. So I do agree with this. Hey, don't fat shame me, please. 600 calories. Mm, like one of my favorite juniors I ever worked with, who has a real future in my opinion, but he has trouble getting through a sentence without apologizing. Yeah, that is sad, isn't it? Even our God, Linus Torvalds, doesn't like social settings. He openly has said that he doesn't like when people are in his office working alongside him. Like he likes being alone, being left alone, and working in his own bubble. Yeah. Bhaiya, I'm a fourth year BTech student from a tier 3 college. First of all, this tier thing is never going away, is it? I have intermediate knowledge in Java and DSA. I want to get into software development, but I have no idea how. Any suggested path? Intermediate knowledge in Java and DSA. Okay, intermediate knowledge in Java and DSA, go for Spring Boot. If you are in web dev, interested in web dev. If you're interested in mobile development, go with Kotlin. Go with Kotlin. If you're interested in front end, I don't think there is a Java framework for front end, but HTML CSS is basically what that is. If you're interested in automation testing, go for Selenium, JUnit. If you're interested in systems programming, you should do plain Java, I guess. So yeah, one of these paths, just take any of this. Why this? Okay, I answered that. Is it possible to land a job in IT industry without any degree? Yes, technically it is. So your answer is yes. Yeah, it is. It is. I agree with what Prasad has said, but you will have to compensate for that degree with experience better than degree holders. I suppose, yeah. Yeah, agree. Data analyst calling themselves developer without knowing what is Node, React, Express, Bash, Django, WordPress and saying web में career नहीं है. I have a degree in arts, but now I'm doing Stack from an institute. Okay, nice. Am I on the right path or not? Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. I'm thinking of doing BCA from Open University. Yeah, do it. And in the meantime, apply for jobs. Open University, meaning that you don't have to have attendance. So when you do that, start applying for jobs, get a full-time job or a remote job, whatever it is that you can, and start working. So at least you have some cash flow with you. Okay. Dylan Anderson, happy to have you back, man. Yo, with matchbook, which math book would you recommend for computer science and logic? Computer science and logic doesn't require math, or does it? Mm, it's more like logic building and all those things. But I wouldn't know. Discrete mathematics is what I studied. Let me show you. This is what I was studying in my BSc degree. Discrete mathematics, it's called. So that is the programmer math that you need, right? This is the book I studied, George Torlakis. In my BSc degree, I was studying this book. Is it physically possible to mentor thousands of developers, or he's just exaggerating? I think he means years of experience. I mean, he does look like he is in his 40s, no? So maybe he has mentored thousands of people over multiple years, let's say 5 or 8 years, 10 years. Lol, GPT couldn't fix an HTML error a while back, so AI ain't there yet, and it never will be. Mark my words, it never will be. Most of non-dev YouTuber are the ones who are saying AI will replace the developer. Of course, these are the tech journalists. These are the tech bros. I'm not taking a shot at you, tech bro. What is your mantra for searching for jobs and getting interviews at FANG or top tier companies? What are the things we need to do beforehand, such as practicing DSA, etc.? See, practicing DSA and all those things are the things that you can control. So never really hurts. But I would go for walk-in interviews at job fairs at high-profile cities like Bangalore or Gurgaon or Mohali. And I would go for referrals. I would ask on LinkedIn for people who are already working in tech and all, and I would be making friends with them and asking them for referrals. That's what I would do. The peace in being alone, same on introvert thing. I really don't like calling LLMs AI. It's a business hype bullshit. Narrow AI is just dishonest marketing and bullshit hype train. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I think the dude's full of shit, but I think it's been pretty clear by now. Which dude do you mean, Colin? Like IIT, Tier 3 is also a tag, but in opposite way. Yeah, true. It requires logical reasoning like in government jobs. I haven't studied a single book in my current BTech yet. Am I cooked? Nah, you're not, you're not. It's about the knowledge. It's about what you have understood. So you are a PDF reader. Let's say that you have PDF for all those books. Nothing wrong with that. You should learn, basically. When are the job fairs held? Okay. Job fair near me. See, there are so many fair organizer. Search for it, bro. You will find it. Okay.
Actually were resourceful and you looked up documentation versus just having ChatGPT solve your code for you. I know all the lies that you not only tell me, but you tell yourself. The reasons why you're not becoming a developer. I know what you're capable of. I know the lack of sacrifices you make. I know the amount of Netflix you watch. I am in your camera right now. I know you.
Hey, whoa, whoa. What just happened? He's in my camera? What the hell? I have done things. We just got doxed, boys. All of us are doxed. He knows how much Netflix you are watching. So next time you are holding that camera when you are watching Netflix, just know he is watching you. Watch Netflix. The dude just peeked directly into my soul. Can confirm I was the camera.
I know you. You know you. Professional developers that have made significant sacrifices to get where they are know you. They've been there. And just like they force themselves to hold themselves to a higher standard, they're doing that to you because they care about you, because they know you are capable. They know you are capable of putting an extra hour or two in each week, minimum. They know that. They know that you're willing to, or you're able to work with your spouse to say, hey, we got to make some sacrifices if we really want to make this career work. They know the sacrifice that it takes. They know the length of time that it takes. This is not a get quick rich scheme. And you have content creators out there, and this is really unfortunate. You have content creators out there selling you a dream. Those are bad people.
When Netflix said who is watching, he's the one who's watching.
People that only care about engagement farming. Engagement.
Okay, I'm sorry, all to Dragon Son. I think you asked a question by saying, do you think applying for internship in other countries is better? Better for what? I don't think there is necessarily any specific thing you get if it's an other country. But you should try close to your home, I would say, safest option. But if you are in a city that doesn't have the IT infrastructure and the IT industry, like a good IT industry, you should consider moving to a city or moving to a state where it does have good infrastructure. I think that's beneficial, right? Okay, so now that we have reached the end of this video, let me wash my hands and then I'll get into the drama that I got in. Okay. And we are back. Yeah. So, can confirm I was the the dude just peeked directly into my soul. Yeah, I'm gonna be scared from now on. Do you think applying for internship in company overseas is better? And if yes, what should I focus on more? I'll track in your question. Okay, like I'm in tier 3, so more chances. I don't necessarily think that's true. I do not understand your question, to be honest. Mm, Netflix meme. Yeah. Uh,
Farming, yeah, that's the term. They only care about getting more views.
Honestly, I hate this I'm an asshole because I care crap. There really aren't people who can't code outside of like actual mental impairment. It's just cycling back. We all want to be special. I mean, you just described, I think, most people, Colin, not just software developers. I'm an asshole because I care crap. I think in dating scenarios where they are one of those guys that say, oh, I'm a bad boyfriend because I would text you all the time. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Giving you false hope. They only care about pushing you forward.
Same. I never got the hang of university courses. I learned a heck ton of tech shit while working with my projects. Glad they had a good enough community around it. Plus watching random YouTube videos. Yeah, true. I mean, that's when real learning happens, honestly. Just sitting in front of courses doesn't. You have to go out in your own direction and figure out what you like and what you don't like. Mainly LTT, Jeff Geerling, and other similar YouTube channels. The Gold Mine. Oh, is it? Jeff Geerling. I'll react to that guy. Yeah. I didn't watch any YouTube when I was learning. I'm big on straight dogs. Yeah, there we go. That's my guy. That's my guy. Documentation, developer documentation. Read the friendly manual. Always go back to the manual. Always go back to the developer documentation. Is it easier for me to get internship in overseas company as I'm in tier 3 so my resume is not shortlisted? I also read from the docs and PR request. Is it easier for me to get internship in overseas company as I'm in tier 3 so my resume is not shortlisted? I mean, your question is not making any sense. You are in tier 3, so why do you think that that's a factor that will get you a internship overseas and not in your current city or country? The only thing that should be stopping you from um, the only thing that should be stopping you from going outside your current city is the IT infrastructure and its conditions. If you have good IT infrastructure in your city, search for jobs, see how many local jobs companies are hiring. If that's a good number, stay in your city. Otherwise, move to a better one. I mean, friendly and a lovely manual. Yeah. So, given that you're in tier 3, it doesn't make any sense because if you're not going to land it here, then what's to say that you will land overseas? I mean, you are comparing apples to oranges, isn't it? Right here. What should I take? Either CSE or ESE? I feel like I'm prescribing drugs over here, isn't it? What should I take? Beer or whiskey? Oh my god. CSE or ECE? I have some interest in CSE, but my family is asking for me to take ECE. Go with your interest, bro. Go with your interest. Computer science and engineering is always in demand. Always will be in demand. Go for CSE. Like remote internship. I don't even know if remote internships exist. But anyway, let's finish this video. Your family will not write your exam, bro. Take CSE. Yeah, exactly. Said, oh, please do. Jeff's video are amazing if you're interested in RPI and home-made IT stuff like servers. Oh, I think most of the people can learn anything if they are interested enough. Yeah, that's what it is. Your own interest drives you. Oh yeah, the docs. I'm mature enough to understand GTK docs, lol. He uses Raspberry Pi. Oh, okay. Raspberry Pi. And make fun of servers and stuff. And make fun servers and stuff. Oh, okay. In India, colleges are divided into 3 tiers. One tier means best among all the other tiers. Because of course that's going to happen. Of course it has to be a thing where colleges would be like, we are better than other colleges because we are this tier and they are that tier. It's simply divide and rule. That's all it is.
So you continue coming back so you can get that little dopamine hit and you can feel good that you're making some progress. Good developers hold you to a way higher standard because they know you are capable of it. And they know that's what will make you stand out among hundreds of other applicants for the same position. You should be thanking them for that because I've been doing the YouTube thing for about 4.5 years now. And I know there are plenty of content creators that truly do not give a shit about you. They care more about the growth of their channel.
Content creators mentioned.
They care more about the course that they make money from. They care more about the fame. They care more about the engagement. They care way more about the views than they actually do about your future. Good developers care about you, and that's why they hold you to a higher standard than you are holding yourself to. That's why you should be thanking these gatekeepers, because they are actually here to help you.
So phenomenal video. So now we have reached the end. So in India, okay, divisions are in everything here, sadly. Yeah, of course it is. It's basic human, behavior these days. Oh, so it's like Ivy League versus just normal colleges here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what it is. Colin, if you don't mind me asking, which country are you from? You said Ivy League, so that makes me believe that you're from USA, isn't it? What skills would you like a new web dev to have, or what sort of projects do you expect them to have? See, I expect them to have a programmer's mind. That's all. Yeah. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I give you, yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So if I give you where I equal to 5, and for I equal to 5, you should be able to print this pattern: 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. If you are able to print this pattern given for a value of I know that you have a programmer's mind. Next thing, I would expect them to be able to do this. So where str input equals, let's say, example input. This str input should be console.log str input dot. Will it work? Nah, reverse is not a function. But anyway, I would ask you to reverse the string input based on an input. And if you're able to do this without using any functions, without using anything like inbuilt functions and all, I know you have a programmer's mind. And the thing is, if you have a programmer's mind, you are already 60% of the way there. If you can think in algorithmic ways, if you can break a bigger problem into smaller problems and are able to string them together to form the solution, there you are. That's what I expect. And then the rest 40% of the things that come up is that how adaptable are you? And from that 40%, I think 15% is also how good are you with integrating in teams? How fun are you to be around? How friendly are you? When I talk to you, how are you able to handle stress? So, you know, those team player things, I expect them to have. Because very often you do work alone. I mean, you get assigned your tasks and you find yourselves working on your own Git branch, working on your own, module. But more often than not, you do get involved with teams. You do get involved with management in team activities, in all those sorts of things. So there is a factor of the soft skills. The soft skills basically is what I expect, right? So yeah, these are the two things I focus on: the programmer's mind and how, every time I see some junior went to try some Ivy League college, I'm so ready for them to be infuriating to teach. Oh, you are a teacher, Colin. Oh, I'm so ready for them. Oh, okay, I know. Okay, I get it. No, you're not a teacher. Sorry. Now, here we get into the drama. This is where it went wrong. So, read what I said. So, okay. Read what I said. I'll just come back. Oh, hey, Marcos. How you doing? So, I said, while I appreciate you for taking a bold stance, I would say the problem is people sharing their opinions and views about the tech industry in the first place. You shouldn't make these videos, whether negative or positive. Now, one thing that I messed up here is saying you shouldn't make these videos, whereas I should have said that we shouldn't be saying we shouldn't be making these videos. So that's one thing I messed up because I saw it from a perspective of someone new reading this. So you shouldn't really meant we all shouldn't, right? Whether negative or positive. And the reason I said this is because let's accept the fact that it worked out for us and we have the job. But is it gonna or not gonna work for anyone else? Let them find out in their own process. Let's not jump ahead and make predictions. And I stand by this. I am willing to die on this hill. See, the thing is with people talking about the tech industry and what it is and what it isn't, is going to affect software development juniors who don't have a job negatively either way. Whether you are a tech creator giving good hope to people that you can land a job in 3 months, it's also very terrifying and in a bad influence on them, because what if they aren't? What if those 3 months passes for those students and they still don't have a job, and they're gonna be like, but my favorite YouTuber told me I can get a job in 3 months and I don't have it, so I failed. And this is what Theo and Prime also mentioned. So Theo mentioned it, no, not Prime, sorry. So Theo said that whenever a YouTuber gives you a success path to achieving that goal, money, job, and there is not a job waiting for you at the end of it, your assumption is that you failed. Everyone else is passing that, but you didn't, so you failed. And if we talk about the tech industry in a negative sense, then it's going to convey to people that it's toxic, it's not worth it to invest our time in, and blah blah blah, and they'll just walk away. So I meant it from a perspective of that the more opinions we throw at the tech industry, whether positive or negative, it's going to confuse students more and more. And the false hope that this guy talked about is also applicable in his case, where if anybody does work hard for multiple number of months and is still not able to get a job, then it's going to fall back on them so hardly, where they would be like, I put in the time, I put in the effort, I interviewed so much, then why am I still not getting a job? Then they are chasing a rat race, basically. They are chasing a dream that my favorite YouTuber has told me that he cares for me and I should be holding myself to a higher standard. So I'll push more and more and more, and he will keep wasting time failing at it. And the same intention that this guy also pointed out, where it drives away uncommitted people. So how long would it take for the person to think, maybe I'm uncommitted? Maybe the output of me not being able to land a job is that I'm not in it hard enough. So both of these opinions that we say about the tech industry, whether it's easy or whether it's hard, both of them affect students in a negative way. That's what my angle was. So this is what I said. Whether positive or negative emotions are shared, it affects everyone badly in a way. Being in a position of wanting a job is terrifying. So people are going to freak out more and more. And I left it here, right? So then he said, gatekeeping, me sharing my opinion on a video about gatekeeping. Love the irony, lol. These comments made me smile. Thank you. More videos like this to come. And at this point, I was like, okay, maybe he took it as a funny way. I didn't mean to say that you shouldn't make a video about this. See, the whole thing with Prime Agent's video is that it has messed my head up. The moment he mentioned main character syndrome is the day, every day wherever I talk about some YouTuber or some practice or whatever, I go through this thing in my head. Like, what if I have main character syndrome? What if it is main character syndrome? So at this point, I was like, more videos like this to come. And I was happy about that. That, yeah, we should be taking bold stances. We should be going against the grain. We should be honest. We should say it how it is, right? So then some other guy said that we wouldn't need these videos if people were honest about the work it takes to succeed. All these day in the life videos painted an image of someone that gets to eat all day and gets 250K to do almost nothing. And I agree. That there is a section of audience that is tired of getting lied to. They are tired of getting told that, oh, I just have this cute lunch, I wear this cute dress, and I just show up to the office and I get paid 300K a year. So I get that. Doing great. Happy to hear that, Marcos, sorry. You want us to fail and figure out ourselves and then learn from them. I think your response was measured and accurate. Honestly, I agree with your self-criticism too. Good catch. Oh, hey, Daily Practice. How you doing? Gatekeeping commenters. Great take from you, said I agree. It is really confusing. if people aren't committed, they are not just going to stay. You don't need to help them by acting like an angry child. Yeah, true. What is main character syndrome? Did I miss something? Oh, Bhavya, you did miss something. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. So, then the next commenter said, but you share your opinion about other YouTubers on your channel and you are telling him to not share his opinion. Really? Wow. So at this point, I understood that this guy maybe has taken my comment out of context and he's thinking that I'm telling Don the developer to not make a video, which wasn't my intention. It still isn't. I'm not trying to tell anybody what video they should be making or whatever. So that's when I said, read my comment again and understand the context, please. Because I felt like if I kept explaining it over and over, then it's going to fall back on me once again, because I know how the internet works. I know how toxic it can be. Okay. So, yeah. So that's when Don the developer said, yeah, with his recent content, he seems like he's trying to farm engagement off of YouTuber drama and preach to YouTubers what opinions they are allowed to share. I don't take comments like this too seriously. And this is where it hurt. It hurt so much. The whole, see, this is a thing that I have come to accept that I have to deal with, where people will say, oh, this guy is successful on YouTube, has 20k subs just because he mooches off of other YouTubers videos and dramas on all that. And the thing is, that's not where my allegiance is. I don't side with any YouTubers. I don't side with anybody in particular. There are people who I align closely with, like Theo and Prime. But saying this, it kind of hurt, because at this point I was thinking that he was one of the real ones, like he understands and says it how it is. So him attacking me just like that without asking questions, he could have asked questions. He could have said, like, what do you mean? Could you explain it a little further? And this is my whole thing. I'm preaching to YouTubers what opinions they're allowed to share. Main character syndrome. Farm engagement of a YouTuber drama and preach to YouTubers what opinions they are trying to allow to share. Yeah, this comment has never really, like, I just thought of a comeback and it just went away from my head. I don't know what happened. So this is what I said. Wow, okay, that hurt. Seeing you taking shots at me without understanding what I said. When I said you shouldn't make these videos, I didn't mean you. I meant all of us content creators. I do have this problem with my words that come off a certain way other than what I mean. Guess I can't do anything about that. But seeing you jump on the above comment so quickly and judging me like that hurt. I thought, well, you were one of the real ones, but no. So this is what he said. I understand your point, but you shouldn't be telling other YouTube devs what opinions they're allowed to have or topics that they're allowed to speak on. It just comes off as preachy and obnoxious. So tell me about this. Let's say that you guys ran into a video and you thought it would be a good piece for me. So you said, hey Sid, I watched this video. Hey, take it and you can create a piece off of it if you want. So that's acceptable. Then somebody says, what video is this? This is bullshit. You suck so hard. And somebody is just trolling me. That's accepted. So if these two things are acceptable, why is me saying that all content creators should not cover the tech industry in this way, preachy and obnoxious? I think that me sharing an opinion of mine where all content creators should not be talking about the tech industry, whether in a positive or negative way, he took it as a command or an order that I am telling him that you shouldn't. And that's what really hit me on a different nerve. Like, I like this guy. I really like this guy. I really like this bold stance of saying it, taking an evil side and saying it like that. But, and again, also, I do have this problem with my words that come off a certain way other than what I mean. I guess I can't do anything about that. Of course you can. Stop with the victimhood and own your shit. And this was funny to me. I literally said what I say comes off in a different way, and he labeled it as victimhood. Isn't that funny? I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. I'm just saying that I do have this problem of making my words come off in a certain way that gets one image on somebody but gets another image on someone else. I literally called it out that whatever I say, do not take it at face value. You may read it in a certain sense, and that's what he did. He just proved me right. He called it victimhood and own my shit. Yeah, of course I own my shit, bro. Why would I be here? And I know Dom the developer, you will be watching this, and the thing that hurt, he's trying to farm engagement off of YouTuber drama. See, with all due respect, I'm not trying to shame you on your subscriber number, but you have 44.4k subscribers as of now. Let's say 45k subscribers. In my previous videos, I have called out YouTubers who have millions of subscribers. If you add up all the YouTube channels that I called out in my last video, that number will cross 15 million above. And I didn't think twice about calling them out on their practices when they did it. And I'm not trying to call you out on anything. I like you. I do like this video that you made. But you saying, you automatically going to the conclusion that I am feeding off of YouTuber drama. If I was wanting YouTuber drama, I would go after Fireship. I would go after the big players in the game, who I'm not scared of. But if I really wanted drama, you wouldn't be it, brother. Trust me, you wouldn't be it. There are YouTube channels who have 400k, 1 million, 2 million, 5 billion subscribers who I'm not scared of. And I will just go to them if I wanted drama. Because obviously you call out a big YouTuber, so it reaches more audience and it goes that way. But you thinking that I'm coming to your channel looking for drama is obnoxious on your end, where you are thinking you are such a big deal that I'm trying to get drama off of you. You aren't there yet. So I hope you understand this. Not worth a YouTube drama. Of course, this is not worth YouTube drama. I liked this video. I really did. And him so quickly jumping to the conclusion that I'm trying to feed off of YouTuber drama without asking further questions or anything, it's preachy and obnoxious on his end, not mine. And that's what it disappoints me, right? It's the people that you like, who you see behaving this way. It's what puts you off. I really thought he had potential, but seeing him behave this way, I'm subscribed to his channel. He earned my subscription from this video. But then again, what can you say? Anyway, but what you missed, Bhavya, was this. The prime.
The most
Here.
Imagine actually having a YouTube video.
One sec. Like, he's just proving exactly what I was saying. It's just a developer who desperately needs to be the very best special boy and needs to justify that being a dick feels good. Like, I thought he was being dumb and then he just reacted like such a goddamn baby. And my opinion of him shot through the floor. Oh, of course. Oh, sorry. I should switch to live chat. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Stupid meme of junior engineer being like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, pointing towards senior engineer that's a Chad saying, I don't know what I'm doing either, which is false. They do know what they're doing. They do know what they're doing. They do know how to actually do something. They are effective, and you should never tell somebody that you'll be ineffective for your entire lifetime. You do understand stuff. And that's good, because or else our life would suck. Right? Like, our life would actually suck if you had to just never know anything. Ugh. Yeah.
Influencers like Neeraj Walia or Code with Harry or Tech with Tim or Tiff in Tech are just running around spreading their opinions like it's a fact. and basically moving their audience in a way that they want. I'm not going to reject the fact that there are good YouTubers out there. The number one YouTuber.
I will say though that like just because someone gives opinions does not mean they're trying to manipulate an audience. Some people are trying to give opinions and they could actually be from their point of view doing what they think is good. Right? It's bad. And I would argue that sometimes the bad can be used as good later on. Not all, obviously, again, stupid internet, take all things to a natural conclusion and just say all bad things are good. That's not what I'm saying. Don't be stupid.
Change. If I had to start over, I would do it exactly. Saying that they regret not learning things, they regret not knowing things is a bad message to software developers, juniors basically, where they are running around in a frenzy trying to learn everything that is just possible to them.
So I will now contradict myself. Just hearing.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Bhavya. It is around this time in the video, in prime time, where the prime agent called me main character syndrome. So, something about, I said something about some YouTuber, and he said that telling other people's what content they should or should not be creating is main character syndrome. And that hit on such a level in my head, like holy crap. So it does seem like you missed it. Watch this video. So you will have, yeah. Doesn't take the comment seriously, but went ahead and visited your channel for a while. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you? This is what okay, so coming back to this point, I really want to hear from you guys. Can you be a supporter and a critic at the same time? Let's say that you guys support me. If you critique me on something, is it true? Is it valid to call you not a supporter of mine anymore? Because, okay, let me put you some context. So we are in a culture these days where if you gain a following of, let's say, 25,000 people, something tells you that these 25,000 people will never critique me on anything. So then out of these 25,000 people, when somebody does step up to critique me, the other 25,000 people will drag him down and saying that don't you dare criticize who we support. That's one thing. If anybody outside the circle says that I support this guy, but I need to critique him as well, then those 25,000 people will say that, oh, he's anti whatever. He's anti-supporter. He is not a supporter of yours and blah, blah, blah. So it raises a question, can I support you and critique you at the same time? Prime misunderstood your video, to be honest. I mean, I don't blame him. He's the kind of guy who watches the video and, gives his opinions in real time. So I didn't really mind it. See, I liked Prime because he is who he is. I don't like Prime because he agrees with everything or he is funny or whatever. So when I was watching the video, I was like, yeah, this is the Prime that I know. This is the Prime agent I have been seeing. So, yeah. I didn't have any problem with him misunderstanding. There are few better methods of support than honest criticism. I'm just really tired of people assuming you have to be a dick to properly critique, or you're a dick just by critiquing. Both are wrong. Perfect. That video was how I found your channel. Comments are really up and down. Damn, brother, that's cold. See, Bhavya, I have to be cold. I have to hit them with the cold water, hard reality. Like them saying that I want drama. I wouldn't go to you, bro. I would go to the big players in the game. Great people discuss ideas, fools discuss opinions. Marie Curie, 2 times Nobel laureate, told. Nah, great people discuss ideas, but those great people are sometimes dicks, you know. I thought Don the developer is a good one, but nah, he's a dick. He's a dick towards me. He's not a dick inherently. Yeah. This has got me thinking, what advice should I give to my peers? Most of them only know basic DSA and stuff, and apparently the market bar is higher than that. I think I advise them to build a project, but I don't know if that's right because I'm at this stage because I've been involved in tech stuff for 3 or 4 years. How should I advise them? Build, build, build. What Colin said is absolutely true. Build, build, and build. That's how you get there. That's a good advice. I am fine. Thank you for asking. Still learning Android development so that I will create the project you suggested me. Hope I will complete it. It's been a month. You told me. Oh, that's great. Daily practice. That's great. The thing is, we only have a few months to get a job. I guess they are late, but still, I want them to get a job. Should I advise them to stick with one thing right now and then later explore the tech world? Yes. Read my above comment, my bro. Sorry, Abhinesh. I think I missed out. Does experience matter? My manager says I'm putting too much effort into learning and it won't pay extra. I need to improve my career. Is it okay to have this madness? What do you think? First of all, what kind of manager do you have that tells you these things? My manager says that I'm putting too much effort into learning and it won't pay extra. See, the thing that pays you extra is switching the job. Leave the job, go to other company, get your 30% increment. That's how you get paid extra. Also, if you are learning, I appreciate you that you are learning. There is a saying that goes around saying that knowledge is never wasted. Whatever you learn, whatever, how much clarity you can chase it, learn it. Yeah, but I mean, go full in on something, right? Okay, I'm not gonna react to myself. Sorry, main character syndrome. So, yeah, switch your job, get that increment. That's how it's done. I think same, yeah. Doesn't matter. Build, make something. You will never have a better interview boost than something they can see. Might be small and silly, but they think is kind of neat. Yeah, true. Oh man, I won't pay you more because you're learning is exactly the point. You know you need a new job. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know, okay, time to switch. Dev jobs are being taken, but not by AI. I like this Laravel guy, Povilas. I learned so much from him when I was studying Laravel. Like, he's an OG of YouTube and Laravel space. But you know, what I saw recently.
Just a friendly word of caution. If you're
First of all, I know that you guys are students. You need to go to this channel, A Life After Layoff. Trust me, this is one of the best channels. This is one of the best channels on YouTube regarding the tech industry, the sector, getting a job, landing a job, resume, and blah blah blah. One of the best channels, and they uploaded the video, and he uploaded the video. Brian, his name is. I think he mentioned his name somewhere. Yeah, Brian Creeley is his name. This guy, amazing guy, really amazing. His content is great.
days
So
later, building security
this is what happened. A Wells Fargo employee who scanned into her office Friday morning and was found dead at her desk 4 days later. Can you imagine? 4 days, somebody was dead in your office and they were found like that. 60-year-old Dennis Prudhomme entered her Wells Fargo office building located on the 1100 block of West Washington Street in Tempe, Arizona at 7 a.m. on 16th August. On 20 August, building security called officials regarding a subject down, AZ family reports. Speaking anonymously to 12 News, an employee said that a colleague, while walking around the building, found Prudhomme dead at her cubicle.
calls officials regarding a subject down. It says that Prudhomme's cubicle was located on the third floor and away from the main aisle. So she was apparently tucked away somewhere off the beaten path in this office building. I can't imagine how big this office building is. But it says the employee who spoke to the news added that multiple people started complaining of a foul odor, but assumed that it was due to plumbing issues. So literally, nobody realizes that this woman is sitting by herself on the third floor, tucked away from everybody else, decomposing for 4 full days. Another employee says, it's really heartbreaking. And I'm thinking, what if I was just sitting there? Nobody would check on me? And then the employee went on to add, to hear that she's been sitting at a desk like that would make me feel sick, and nobody did anything. That's how she spent her final. Can you imagine spending your final moments in an office building and dying at your desk? That's your last few moments on earth, is filling out a TPS report that literally nobody took notice of, and apparently nobody cared. This woman was completely forgotten. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where's the boss? Is anybody ever checking in on just even see what work she's producing, or does she have to show up to any meetings?
Yeah, that is really dark. The whole thing, wow, insane. I don't think there is much to watch here. So I'll go to
Based on all the comments that you guys are leaving
5 common hiring myths that people actually believe are true. Let's see what these myths are.
on my channel, it's really clear that there's a lot of misinformation behind the scenes. And one of the most common misconceptions that I see is how companies use applicant tracking systems, or you may hear it as ATS systems. And in particular, they'll say, well, when you apply to a job, you just use automation, you just use AI, and you don't actually look at my resume. It doesn't even get seen. Well, I just made another video about what typically happens behind the scenes as far as your application is concerned. So if you haven't seen that one, check the previous video out. But the reality is that applicant tracking systems 99% of the time are not making any hiring decisions on you. The applicant tracking system is simply a computer system or a software that companies, and in particular recruiters, use just to manage all of the applicant flow, all the data. If you can imagine a company that has hundreds of job postings and thousands of candidates coming in and out of every job requisition or job posting, you can imagine the volume of data, and there's simply no possible way to manage hiring in any kind of an efficient manner by doing the old paper and pencil, especially in today's job market where everything is electronic.
Is that true? Is this hiring myth something that you guys believe in? What about smell? There was smell in the office, but everybody assumed it was plumbing smell, not an actual smell. So, do you guys believe in this? Do you guys think that you put your resume in and some system automatically rejects it? No? Yes? Once in the chat if you believe in this.
People are taking their proverbial shot. They're applying for jobs that they don't qualify for at all. And companies are inundated with resumes. The fact of the matter is that ATS systems, 99% of the time, are not going to be rejecting you and making a decision on your candidacy based on what you write on your application. The only time that I have ever used an ATS system to auto-filter somebody out is if they don't meet certain requirements. And this is usually very cool.
So you guys believe in this? Wow. You guys really believe in this? Huh. Wow, never saw that coming. There is no other way. But this is what he is debunking here, isn't it?
Core basic requirements like, are you at least 18 years of age, or are you legally able to work in the country that you're applying to? But that's the base level. Now, I will say it is possible for the recruiter to program in additional kick-out questions, and you'll usually see them in the form of a text box that you have to complete. In those cases, they're exceedingly rare, especially for bigger companies who are more reputable. And frankly, I feel that it's lazy recruiting to let the ATS system screen people out for you. But if you're applying to a big company and they haven't filled the job yet, you can almost assuredly guarantee that they're going to be looking at your resume in some shape, form, or fashion. Now, it's probably pretty quick, and they may only spend 5 or 6 seconds on it, which is why it's crucial to have a very targeted.
Yeah, I think this point that he just said, that they're only going to spend 5 or 6 seconds on it. I think this is why the emotion is out there, that in an AI system just rejects you. 5 or 6 seconds is, I don't think, a good enough time to judge somebody's resume, to make a decision that whether they should be called in for an interview or not. But this 5 to 6 seconds of thing, it is out there. It is out there.
Targeted, optimized resume. But nonetheless, I was always screening every single resume that came across my desk, and all of my recruiter colleagues were doing the same thing. We didn't want to take the risk of an applicant tracking system filtering people into a rejection bucket without us being able to put eyes on it first. Now, with the rise of AI and companies eliminating a lot of their recruiting teams over the last 2 years, you may actually start to see more and more cases of these systems auto-filtering out based on some parameters, or the system actually becoming self-aware.
What does -1 mean? They get probably hundreds of resumes, how to efficiently filter it. Yeah, but that's not to say that AI systems do it for them. First of all, why are we assuming that the same system is used everywhere? You can design your ATS system and tailor it to your needs. So if you put in the code saying that, yeah, the AI should be allowed to reject resumes, then I assume, yeah, it means I disagree. Oh, you could set 0. 0 means false and 1 means true, man. Abhinesh is not a coder. He's not a coder.
in some level. But again, in most cases, the ATS system today is not making those decisions. And another great myth is that your hiring data is secure. Did you know that there's a high likelihood of the information
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's not a myth. It's true. Your hiring data is not secure. It is getting sold left and right to multi-level marketing companies. It is getting sold to car insurance companies. It is getting sold to, that game Rummy, or that other game. What is that cricket betting app? Cricket betting app. Dream 11. Yeah, your data is getting sold to Dream 11. Your data is getting sold to fantasy football league services. Imagine getting rejected by AI. No offense. Yeah, why would it be any offense? And I'm sure I'm rejected at some point. So what difference does it make if a human rejects me or an AI rejects me? I don't think there is anything to take offense from that. Not giving feedback on why you were rejected is wild. But the thing is, that's called getting ghosted, and every now and then you have to go through it. It has happened to me, and I'm sure it has happened to every experienced developer in the industry. I'm very sure. Yeah, Dream 11. My sister got rejected and never knew why she was. Yeah, can happen. 100% can happen.
that you provide in job applications and your new hire data, including
Hey, this segment is sponsored by Delete Me.
your address, your social security number, your compensation information, and all this personal information that you provide the company is actually being shared with a company like Equifax. They have a database called the Work Number, which verifies all of your employment data, and employers often use this to make sure you are who you say you are. The problem is that the same company sells your data to anybody who wants to buy it, and you don't have much recourse. And trying to find your data on the World Wide Web, especially with all these massive data breaches that keep on ensure that my personal information is secure. And if you're interested in signing up for their service, you can get a 20 is that you can beat the ATS system. There's all these little tips and hacks and tricks that people are sharing as if it's gospel, and if you just do these certain things, you're going to be.
No, you can't. You can't. Ghosting is just a part of applying to new jobs. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it is. You shouldn't be sad about that. You shouldn't be. His house is beautiful, though. Yeah, it is. I mean, he is a hiring manager in America. So, and he is experienced. I mean, you can see that he is like 60 years old, maybe 60 years old, somewhere around 55 to 65. I don't want to offend this guy. I like him so much. But yeah, I assume that at that point of time, you have a lot of money. And maybe he inherited his house, or maybe he lives where he has bought his house. So, you know, all those sort of things. Like, you take that $1 million bank loan and you get to pay off a mortgage, you know, one of those situations.
Be able to get past the ATS system and get into the hiring process. And here's the deal. I've seen all the hacks and I kind of just chuckle to myself because it's clear that people don't know how the ATS system works. When you go into your application or your resume and you just stuff a bunch of keywords in there, hoping that the ATS system is going to just filter that and then move you into the yes bucket.
Why is this video suddenly this way? Some kind of editing problem?
You're probably going to be spinning a lot of wheels. The same thing goes for adding text to the bottom of your resume that's white so we can't see it with all the keywords or even the job description. And here's the deal. If you do that and the recruiter searches for a specific keyword as a search term, you may pull up in their search. But if your keyword doesn't have any context to it, they're going to be able to tell that you're not qualified for the role. And quite frankly, they're getting pretty sophisticated. They realize that people are trying to game the system and it just doesn't work. And in fact, it could hurt your candidacy. So your best bet is just to forget all about beating the ATS system, write a solid resume, and make sure that you deliver it in a clear and concise fashion. Which leads me to the next myth, which is that recruiters love to reject your resume. This one's a personal favorite of mine. Like, we don't have anything better in our lives to do than wake up and say, who am I going to reject today?
No. It's not a YouTube glitch. Like, look at this. In the preview itself, you can see that the video is this way. Yeah, anyway.
Because that's simply not how it works. Recruiters are graded on a time to fill metric. In other words, their job is dependent on them filling positions in a timely and efficient manner. If the recruiter doesn't hit their time to fill metric, which is the time that a job is opened.
And that is true. Yeah, this is something that I do relate with. There is a HR that I used to talk to back in my last office when I used to work there. And the one thing that HRs do complain about is that we release the offer letter, then the candidates take the offer letters and they present it to some other employer to get a higher package. And the problem with that is that they are not able to fill out the job application in time to be able to justify that they are present in the company as a recruiter. So I do agree with this. They don't love to reject your applications and all that. If anything, it's their job to get you hired in the company. But there's this whole thing of supply and demand, and then biases, and then referrals, and then this and that happens. The pool of applicants is always going to be higher than the number of recruiters, right? So that is something everybody deals with. Yeah. Applicable to USA or globally? I think globally. I think this guy is talking about USA, but I'm giving you a global sense of what happens. But one sec.
Until the time that an offer is accepted, then they're likely going to have a sit down with their boss to discuss their performance. And therefore, it's in the recruiter's best interest to make sure that they're finding candidates that closely match the role as quickly as they can. So in other words, recruiters want you to get the job. They want you to do well in the interview, and they want you to get to the point of offer and hopefully accepting it. And I know it doesn't feel this way at times, but
yeah. Do you notice he said hopefully accepting it? Because that's what happens. This is what happens, right? You get the offer letter, you go to another employer and you say, hey, look, I have this offer letter. Can you do better? And more often than not, they do better, offer pay, and that's how it happens.
recruiters have no incentive to reject your resume if you're a well-qualified candidate. And oftentimes people think that recruiters are just overly picky or don't know what it is that they're looking for. Now, I can't say that all recruiters know what they're looking for, because oftentimes they're handed jobs they've never recruited before, and they're still expected by their boss to jump right in and start to learn the position as quickly as they can. So oftentimes you may find a recruiter that doesn't have as much knowledge as the candidate. In fact, they shouldn't have as much knowledge as the candidate, because the candidate is the one who is doing the job. The recruiter is looking to fill the position, but the hiring manager is the one who is coming up with the list of criteria that they want to see in a candidate. So oftentimes if a recruiter is being overly picky, it's because the hiring manager is being overly picky, and it can feel very frustrating as a result. So best bet, make sure that you read through the job posting as closely as you can, try to understand what it is that they're looking for. And
in 10 years, who has a better package, a non-tech manager or tech guy? Manager. Of course, manager. Management always walks away with more money than the most skilled tech employees. So managers.
Try to present yourself as the best possible fit, which leads me to the next myth, is that people assume that recruiters hire. Here's the thing. The recruiter never hires anybody. The hiring manager hires them. That's why their title is called the hiring manager. The recruiter is simply managing the process of recruiting. They're taking the job order, they're going out and finding the candidate, and they're basically managing it through the rest of the process. They're kind of handling all the logistics. That's the recruiter's job. The hiring manager's job is to actually hire the person onto their team. So in a way, the recruiter is acting as an agent. Now, I want to make an important distinction here. A headhunter is different than a recruiter, and I'm talking about an internal corporate recruiter. The corporate recruiter works for the company. They are an employee. They get a paycheck from the company, just like everybody else. They get paid benefits and all that stuff. The headhunter is a third party that the recruiter typically engages in order to assist in filling particularly difficult to fill jobs. Because the headhunter doesn't have a seat at the table, in other words, they're not typically in the intake calls, they're not typically in the debrief meetings.
Do you know, like, because these many people are involved in the process of getting somebody hired, this is why the IT industry is random, is unfair, and it's competitive. All three at the same time. Because there are so many agents working at the same time, and all the objective is to fill out the job position. This is why the top 1% also gets jobs, but also the top 99% also gets jobs. Because it just so happens that they are not looking for the best match, they are not looking for the most skilled, they are not looking for anything. They just want to get somebody to sit in that seat. And that's when you get picked. Not you, I mean, some student, some candidate. What is the safest salary amount? I'm gonna let everybody else answer this. Chat, this is on you. This question is to you. Bhavya, Code, the one who knocks, Colin, if you're still here, Daily Practice, um, Rajesh, this question is for you guys. What is the safest salary amount? Go ahead. I want to hear it. Bugzok, Sombra, Manan, if anybody else from my Discord community is here, I want to hear from you guys. Go ahead, go ahead. You can post multiple answers, it's fine. What is the safest salary amount? My internet is working, right? Yes, skills matter more than, I guess, in Bangalore you can survive in 40-50K. As a fresher, I guess 8 to 10 LPA for me. If it is enough to make your parents happy. But that's not the question, Daily Practice. The question is, what is the safest salary amount? He's talking amount. Okay, Govind. Govind, happy to have you back, man. 5 LPA, because more than that have taxes. Oh man. Um, do you know Bugzok? I don't think you are aware of this, but our finance minister, Honorable Nirmala, she said that if you want to pay lower taxes, just make less money. That's literally the condition of our state right now. The taxes are so high that the only solution to pay less taxes is make less money. And that's what Govind just said, 5 LPA, because more than that, I have taxes. What do you mean by safest salary? He's not saying safest salary. He's saying safest salary amount. Like, what is the amount that you think is safest? What is safest? Oh man, I have so many software developers here. I can totally see that. Safest, I think he means that survival money, not survival money. Then it's safe. It's not safest. Just got a rejection mail from Oracle. I applied only a few days ago. Yeah, I mean, no problem. Don't worry about it. The one who knocks. There are tons of other companies. Keep applying, bro. Keep applying. So your safest is more than $600 a month. Okay. And Daily Practice says 70K a month, probably. As a junior, more than $450 a month. Okay. Safest, I mean, he's talking about an upper bound, which allows you to survive like with rent, food, bills, utilities, putting some money away for, savings. There is no safest amount, is there? For me, I would think like 90K a month should be safest. What do you guys think? 90K a month should be, yeah. Rajesh says 12 LPA. I mean, 1 lakh a month. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It does sound like, yeah. 20K a month, you can survive while you can learn and gain skills. Yeah, the finance minister is funny, but at the expense of common people. 20K a month, you can survive. 69,420 a month is the exact amount. Actually, that's not a bad number, Bhavya, to be honest. That's not a bad number. It's close to 70K. So, yeah, not a bad number.
They're not in the offer process meetings, all these behind the
But do you get your question now, Abhinesh? What is the safest salary amount? It's an opinion. It's not a definitive answer. You ask anybody, they will have their own numbers in their heads. Now, people are saying that as our salary increases, the risk also increases. So what kind of risk are you talking about? But I believe that skills matter more, right? See, if you have skills, you can make money all the way throughout your life. That's true. But what shall I share my resume? I thought it was good enough. Yeah, do it on Discord, bro. Do it on Discord.
scenes meetings that happen with the hiring manager that
$90,000 or 90,000 INR. I'm sorry. So 90,000 INR. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. Okay. So for me, $1,000. Is she even educated? Who do you mean? His sister?
typically the internal corporate recruiter is, they often have a very limited perspective. It's kind of on a need to know basis. And so oftentimes the third party headhunter doesn't have a lot of information either. So it can feel very frustrating working with them, even though it may not be their fault because they just aren't as close to the process. But if you do find yourself working with a headhunter, and to a lesser extent the corporate recruiter, here's another myth: that the headhunter's job is to find you a job. The headhunter's job is actually to find a candidate for the job that they're recruiting. There is a very important difference here. And I think that this is the source of great disconnect. People assume that the headhunter is their personal agent to go off and find them a job. When in reality, they're actually being hired by the company to fill the role. So you may feel special for a moment if you apply to a job, a headhunter reaches out to you and they say, hey, I've got this position for you, and they seem like they're acting on your behalf. But the reality is that they're trying to get a placement with the company because that's how they get paid. And if that job doesn't work out for whatever reason, that headhunter has a lot less incentive to work closely with you because they probably don't have another job order with your background. So what that means is that you're likely going to have less and less engagement with that particular headhunter, and it may feel like they're dropping the ball. And of course, the headhunter will tell you, don't worry, we'll find you another job. There's positions that pop open all the time. And that might be the case, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. And in fact, I would continue to look for jobs even if I was working with a recruiter. In other words, you're a free agent, you're in charge of your own job search, leverage the headhunter to help you, but you're still going to be doing most of the work yourself. The next very common myth that I see being propagated.
And the whole reason that this the recruiter's job is to help you find a job doesn't work is the money incentive. Let's say that you are a headhunter and you are working with somebody to get you a job. And then you are not the only one that the headhunter is working with. The headhunter is working with 10 more people other than you. And they say that, oh bro, if I pay you $200, can you put me on priority? And that's what happens. It gets turned into a business real quick, where somebody either trying to sell you something, or they are saying that, oh, if only there was any financial incentive that you could pay me so I could prioritize you over the others that I'm working with. So him saying it from a perspective of one person is correct. His intentions are in the right place, but that's not how it happens. Very quickly, it can turn into a money-making scheme where they would say, oh, hey, I'm a headhunter. You want to work with me? There are 10 other people working with me. So why should I prioritize you? If only there was some financial incentive. And bam, there's a business. In this context, what's considered safest? If a company needs to lay off employees, they will likely target those who cost more and provide less value. Is there a formula like years of experience plus salary? No, there isn't. There isn't. Oh yeah, if I land a job at $1,000 a month, I'm at peace. Yeah, I mean, it's not skill based off, as of I know. It's random layoffs, right? Yes, the layoffs are random. You could spend 15 years with a company and you could be laid off, boom, just like that.
Is the idea that your resume needs to be one page. Here's the deal, and let's set this one to bed permanently. Recruiters are not going to reject your resume if it's 2 pages or even 3 pages. They may not even reject it if it's 4 pages long. But what we want to do is have a concise resume. And when you have a resume that is 3, 4, 5 pages long, the chances of you being concise and telling your story and showing your fit is going to be extremely low. In other words, you're going to make it harder for yourself to get hired because you have so much junk that you're putting in front of them that it's likely that they're not going to find what it is that they're looking for very quickly. And in a super competitive labor market where you're faced with potentially 1,000 other applicants, personally, I want to do everything I can to make sure that my resume is standing out from the competition. And I do that with concise resumes. Some resumes I see are great. They only need 1 page. Some need 2. It doesn't really matter so long as you're being concise and telling your story in an effective and clear way. So don't get hung up on the number of pages. We really don't care so long as we can find what it is that we're looking for. So
Actually, that's not a good advice. Your resume does need to be 1 page. I do agree with that. The whole thing with recruiters not minding your resume to be more than 1 page is fine. I get that. But the problem that I see with this statement is that the recruiter has very limited time to go over my resume to see what I'm about. So the shortest resume that I can create, not the shortest, I should not say shortest, but 1 page resumes actually help with that. With time management, they can easily, read 1 page, be like yes or no, and move forward with your resume. More than 2 pages, yeah, I wouldn't know what I would put more than 2 pages of a resume. I have never gotten to the second page of a resume, honestly. It's talk, by the way. I'll hide my phone number, but I should also hide my name and email. Yes. Email, you should hide. Email, you should hide. Name is fine. Name is fine. Um,
the quality of information that you're putting on there is going to be much more important, and the formatting that you use will just help us find what it is that we're looking for that much quicker and easier. The final myth that I see, and this one is very frustrating for the average job seeker, is that they assume that hiring managers are very skilled interviewers. The reality is that a vast majority of hiring managers that I've worked with have never been formally trained. In fact, a lot of people that I've worked with
yeah, completely nail on the head on this one. Um, this is why I say you should know soft skills. It's not just the skills that get you hired, it's the soft skills you have to learn as well. If you are friendly, if you are confident, if you act like you know what you're doing, that's gonna get you hired and has more chances of getting you hired than actually somebody who is skilled at what they do, but they are shy or they're underconfident or they are something along those lines. Hiring managers are just people. They don't know tech. I'm talking to software developers, so that's what I'm saying tech. They do not know tech. They don't understand tech. All they are doing is they are taking a bunch of questions from Google and they are giving you that just to see how you behave. And they will be asking you questions relating to your life. One popular question I keep hearing is that tell me something outside of your resume. This is a popular question I keep hearing. And I don't know what I would answer. I think I have to be in the situation when I would say something. Mm, yeah, somebody is saying Asahi left.
have never even hired anybody before, and I have to act as more of a consultative guide for them. So I always ask in my intake calls, have you actually interviewed before? And if they haven't, I have to give them a crash course on how to actually approach the interview process. And sometimes I will even help them build out the interview guides that they'll be working off of. But I'd say a good 70% of interviewers that you'll be meeting with don't actually know how to professionally interview. And
Oh, you said something, Abhinesh. Oh, can we use color, rangoli, and design to make our resume stand out, or is a Google Docs resume template sufficient? I think Google Docs is sufficient. Docs.google.com. Let me search resume. Do you want to see my resume? Um, I think this should be good, right? Man. Actually, I can't show you my resume. You will get my phone number from that. I cannot afford to show it right now because my email is fine. You can get my email, but my phone number, I don't want to give it out. Can I hide my window? No? Okay, so this template, languages, awards, you should remove awards and put your education here. I think so. So your experience and your projects, why are they two different? Anyway, so resume coral. Okay, let's see what kind of resume is this. मेरे portfolio में है भेजूं. Yes, Vishal, send it. Um, so hello, I'm your name. I don't like this, honestly. I don't like the red text with all that because when you print it, it's going to be black and white, isn't it? So it's not gonna matter anyway. Delete the phone number and then show it to show it said. Actually, how do I even delete my phone number? Okay, we are doing this. We are doing this. Um, I can't. How do I do this? How do I do this? I'ma just say good morning. Nah, I can't do this. I'll share it on Discord voice chat. So if anybody wants to join the Discord server, please join the Discord server. Give me like 15 to 20 minutes after we do the stream, and I'll get there and I'll show you my resume. See, what a great Discord plug, isn't it? Okay, so that's one resume. Another, I don't like that. Okay, so template gallery. So let's see more resumes. Spearmint. Expand your camera feed sideways, like that Putin meme. Should I do it? All right, let's do it. So like this. Oh man, this is so much fun. Where is my resume? Where is my resume? I'm just seeing I'm just seeing if anything I have from my last resume. that can potentially dox me. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, you guys are going to laugh at my resume, but just know that this resume was created a long time ago. Okay, okay, okay. BSc honors, fine. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Oh man, the things that we do here. So, ladies and gentlemen, presenting you my resume. So I removed my phone and address. Yeah. So this is what I used as a resume that I had about 2020, 2018. So this is 2018, 2019, 2018. So laugh, Saeed. Who cares? So yeah, this is the resume that I did. So it's 4 pages. It's 4 pages, first of all, which I was laughing at that given that I'm saying that you should create 1 page resumes. You can use mobile phone to delete phone number and then show it on screen. But actually, you know what the problem is, Muhammad Munib? This is my phone that I'm using. So I cannot use my phone and have the camera feed at the same time. But anyway, so this is the objective that I did to build scalable and easy to maintain products for organizations following a strict deadline planning and providing incremental updates to the products to strengthen their relationship with their clients and customers. I am an immediate joiner and I have 3.5 years of experience as a PHP Laravel developer. Why are you guys laughing? Nah, I'm not gonna do Control Z multiple times. No, not gonna. So my academic qualifications are NCA from Bangalore University with 8.3 CGPA in 2017 and BSc honors from Calcutta University with 55% aggregate in 2014. So this is my work experience page where I listed some projects on Shopify that I did. So um, it should have been this way. Yeah. So these are the 5 projects that I mentioned: Glow Road, Stack Discount, Clevership, Happy Perks, Miscellaneous. All of them are taken out of circulation. They don't exist anymore. Glow Road, anyway. Glow Road at the time of creating the resume had 7,000 installs and it's operating majorly in India and some countries like Qatar, Sweden, and Germany. So currently under development, um, 15 stores that allow businesses to view and ship their orders using integrated courier partners like Delivery, Ecom Express, Blue Dart, FedEx, ExpressBees, Picker, and ShipRocket. And this, no 50 LPA for me, no. So this is a product that I was working on that I mentioned in my resume video as well, where I mentioned that courier partners photo. So this is my work history. Shopify apps developer Laravel at Marmeto since August 29 to April 2020. CodeIgniter and Laravel developer at Happy Perks from February 2018 to August 2019. PHP developer as a Samriddhi Technologies from 2017 to 2018. And these were my key skills. So I don't know why I thought that I should one more Control Z. No, I'm not gonna do Control Z, Vishal. Forget about it. Who cares for 50 LPA, man? I just want enough money to live my life in peace with family and also collecting and playing games. Yeah, and that's what everybody wants, isn't it? 50 LPA is like a club that people chase needlessly. So anyway, so key skills, I don't know why I thought it was a good idea for me to add my key skills, which should have been apparent already. So I said providing an easy to scale application code that is simple to read and understand and ready for maintenance by junior developers. Jokes aside, it processed more than one page. Bro, I created this resume in 2020. 4 years ago, this resume was created. Since then, I haven't created a resume. I haven't. I didn't need to. Resume का button है उसमें. But won't you get doxed, Vishal? Going on call with clients to gather their requirements from a technical point of view and maintaining goodwill with them. See, even from very early on, I was big on this point of ready for maintenance by junior developers. I have always stood on this point of writing code. Whatever code that you write should be written with the assumption that an intern is going to take your code and going to maintain it. So I've always been big on this point. Managing a team of developers and giving tasks and milestones to complete within a given deadline, which I did. भेजूं कैसे? Discord server, bro. Here's my resume. Oh, here we go. Soeb Khan. Okay, I'll get to you. I'll get to you. But first, let me let me go through my own resume. Plan out architecture of any new project and work around technical bottlenecks, which is true. Now, I did put that. Given that PHP is a single-threaded programming language, I had to mention that. Then keeping status checks of the product and creating tools to view analytics. Yeah, I did do that. Analytics is a major part of any software that you build because it's reporting data that's yeah, crucial to the business. Pushing stability fixes to the products periodically. I do that. Yeah. Interested to learn any new technology that fellow developers are currently using to help them out in certain situations. See, I'm always big on helping other people. I was always this way. That I want to help people out with that, with their problems and everything. Co-curricular activities. 1 second prize in coding competition, blah, blah, blah. One award for scoring the most marks twice in graduation, blah, blah, blah. Took part in college cricket tournaments, took part in cultural activities, which I did do that. In college, do you guys want to see me dancing? Let's do this. Um, Shit, there are too many. Ames, Bangalore, dance. Let's see if it comes up. No, it doesn't. 1 sec. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna turn the sound down. So, do you see this guy in the back? That's me. This guy. Here I am. And then I disappeared into the back. And then I come back again later in the performance. And there I am peeking from the back places and here I am. Here I am. Completely separate from the crowd, being like I'm gonna dance by myself. I was always big on dancing. I was always big on, participating in college activities. Because the thing that I was thinking when I was in college was that this is my last chance, at doing these things. Once I graduate from college, it's gone. There is no going back. There is no regret, or there is no, anything. The dance looks very fun though. It was that song by Psy. What was that song? Gentleman. Wasn't that that song? Uh, Psy Gentleman. So yeah, it was this song. This exact dance step, they were like, yeah, we have to recreate this because it has 1.6 billion views 11 years ago. And my college was 2014 to 2014, yeah, 10 years ago. So around that time, this song was very, trending. So they were like, yeah, we have to do this. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Okay, so just last part of my own resume. So then the fourth page is technical skills. Mac OS, Windows, all versions. Reality, but the reality was I hadn't used Mac OS. I was just like, how difficult could it be? It's just another operating system, right? But I was a Windows guy back then. So then web technologies, I said Node.js, Laravel 7 plus, PHP 7.2 or later, jQuery, JavaScript, HTML, CSS3, XAMPP, Git, and Laragon. Yeah, I was completely into the tools of PHP development. YouTube won't let me share the invite link. Okay, let me see. One sec. Sad to know you didn't use Linux. Bro, I have Linux. Bro, my Discord verify nahi kar pa raha. Oh, that's another problem, bro. Bugzok, if you're here, could you please help out Vishal? So yeah, anyway. Date of birth, 20 June 1993. Languages known, English, Hindi, Mathli, and Bengali. And hobbies are playing guitar, singing, and playing cricket. And that's what my resume is. That's what my resume got me jobs. So I suppose that if I revisit my resume today and recreate it, I would create it in one page, like how Mohammed Shoaib Khan has shared his resume. I would do it this way. But I do have Linux code. I do have it. Mujra. The dance looks very fun though. I envy your confidence. First resume and then dancing on stream. Respect. Thanks, man. Thank you. Um, okay. So, okay. Anyway, education, BTech Computer Science, 2021 to 2025. Nice. Intermediate. Don't say intermediate. Say high school. St. Aloysius High School, Kanpur. Say high school rather than intermediate. Stardew access. Already you have mentioned 6 points. Try to make it 4 points. Shoaib Khan. Shoaib, sorry. Try to make it 4 points. That would be better. C Sharp, .NET Framework, Git, and DevOps. Bro, you are so well versed for technologies, man. Developed a mod focused on improving blind accessibility for the game Stardew Valley. Really? Wow, okay. Stardew Valley. Oh, nice. Okay. Google Play has 4.6 stars. App Store has 4.8 stars. 10 out of 10 on Steam. Nice. We have a big guy right here. soulful and soothing game, which is also very nostalgic thanks to the pleasant 16-bit graphics and beautiful melody. Nice, nice. But doesn't high school means 10th? No, it sort of means it still means like high school and 12th standard. High school is post 10th standard, I would think. Bro, I think I have seen your see, it came up, Vishal Sharma. I have seen your portfolio before. This LinkedIn button, I said that shouldn't be here, right? I remember saying that. Photomania, A prime. I remember going on this website that you created. Resume नहीं देखा. So front-end developer part-time, web developer intern. Okay, so you don't have any full-time job right now. Okay. Projects. Okay, project DIY Photomania skills education. One-page resume. Nice. It's nice. It's nice. Vishal, I think it's the same thing as um, um, as your portfolio website. I'm sorry. Dude, I was just lucky to find a streamer which got me started with Minecraft Access. Oh, still got rejected from Oracle though. Don't take it on your heart too much. The one who knocks. Everybody goes through rejections. Everybody has rejections. Okay. Skills C sharp Minecraft Access. Oh, you have Minecraft Access. Nice. Develop Crosspeak, a C sharp library simplifying screen reader integration in applications. Utilized platform specific dynamic libraries, Talk, Live Speech, Wrapper, Live Speech to achieve cross platform compatibility. Bro, you should teach me how to code. Shoaib, bro, you should teach me. By the way, okay, you are the one who knocks. Okay, okay, okay. Holy crap. Wow, that is insane. You should teach me coding, bro. Bagged first position at Battle with Bytes competition, bagged second position in Code Saga competition. Nice, nice. That's great. Okay, I think I will wrap up the stream now. Okay, let's finish this video.
That's kind of scary. So when you assume that these companies know how to hire people, they honestly probably don't. And there's a higher degree of interview skill that's needed when you're interviewing for a company where the employer doesn't really know what they're doing. Now, this isn't a blanket statement because I will say there are some companies who are very professional with their hiring and training up with their hiring managers on how to interview and how to use the hiring systems and tools. So make sure you have a very tight interview strategy if you're going into some of these interviews. You don't want to just assume that the interviewer doesn't know what they're doing because there are some very adept ones out there too. Anyway, I hope this clears some of the hiring misconceptions up.
Bugzok, while just writing lol every now and then, मेरे को डीशॉ का टेस्ट लिंक आया था. मेरे को डीएसए नहीं आता था, तो ना मेरे को 2 डीएसए कोड आए, ना कोर सब्जेक्ट नहीं आए. फिर भी सिर्फ एप्टीट्यूड का सेक्शन से टेस्ट क्लियर हो गया था. इतना कम कंपटीशन है.
I feel like a lot of people are struggling and kind of grasping at straws to make some sense of a very crazy job market. And frankly, it's not really helping people. But if you do need more help with your job search, that's actually something that
Yes, yes, you should apply more. Yes. Applying more is always the option you should go for. Rejections are just a part of life. It just happens. You can't really do anything about that. Just apply more, you'll get there.
that I specialize in. I have a website called alifeafterlayoff.com, which is loaded with recruiting tips and tricks. You the best chance at getting that phone call, the candidate who gets selected.
Okay, now we are into the ad segment. So good video. I say that you guys should go to this YouTube channel and subscribe to it and watch his videos. Like it's gold content that he creates. So I'll wrap up my stream here, and thank you everybody for joining. Support the chat, support the channel. I mean, sorry, support the channel any way you can. And your skills are great, man. You won't get an issue in the future. Yeah. Abhinesh.netlify, mine not updated for 2 years. Please take a look, give us your feedback. So update it, Abhinesh, I would say. Then on the next Sunday when we get here, then I'll review your resume. Okay. So thank you for joining. Thank you for staying here. This stream was a lot of fun. I will create a main channel video off of this stream for Don the Developer. And yeah, great stream, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.